Hello mates and welcome back to our channel. In our last video, we discussed using VS Code along with PlatformIO to program Arduino boards. Today, we will be taking this one step further by using an L298N H-Bridge motor driver to control two DC motors. We are going to be using an Arduino Nano for this, but just about any Arduino board will also work. You may need to change the pinout depending on the board you are working with. Let's get started. So, what is an H-bridge motor driver? It is a circuit configuration that allows a voltage to be applied across a load, such as a motor, in either direction. By controlling the switches in the H-bridge, you can change the direction of the current flow, thus changing the direction of the motor. The L298N module simplifies this by providing an easy-to-use interface for controlling the switches. It has input pins for controlling the motor direction and speed, and output pins for connecting the motors. Here is a quick view of how this will be wired up. I will put a link to this diagram in the description down below. With all the connections made, it's time to write the code. Let's move to VS Code with PlatformIO. The first thing we need to do is select PlatformIO from the left menu. Remember, it looks like a bug. Then, select Open to get to the main PlatformIO screen. Then, select New Project and give it a name and select your board from the list and set the framework for Arduino, then click Finish. Now you are ready to add the code. I will include a link to this code in the description down below. Just like in our last video, we are going to be adding our code to the main.cpp file. Simply select the src folder on the left and then click on the main.cpp file and then paste your code here. Note, this code can be changed to suit your needs. Let's go over this code so you can get a feel for what is going on here. First, we will define all the control pins. Pins 9 and 4 are the enable pins, and these will control the motor speed. The rest of these pins will control the motor direction. Next up is the setup function. This function will configure all the initial motor settings by setting the pin mode for output on all of the aforementioned pins above. Then it will start by turning off both motors. Next, we move on to the loop function. Just like the name of this function implies, it will loop this function over and over indefinitely. The next part of this function will turn on both motors and move them in the same direction. Now we move on to the motor speed. The motor speed is controlled by the enable pins A and B, and by changing these values, you can speed up or slow down the motor. It ranges from 0 to 255, with 255 being the fastest and 0 being the slowest. Next up is a delay. Like the name implies, this will basically stop the program until the delay timer runs out. In this case, it is set for 2000 milliseconds, which is 2 seconds. After that delay, the program will then stop the motors and delay another 2 seconds. It will then reverse the motors, set the motor speed again, and delay again, followed by stopping the motors, and the whole bloody process will start over again. So, there you have it. You should now have a better understanding of the code. It is now time to upload this code to your board. First, plug in your Arduino, and then simply select the arrow icon at the bottom of the screen, and it will compile the program and upload it to your board. Thanks for watching our video, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tutorials like this one.